They called her useless, not as an insult shouted in anger, not in a moment of fear. They wrote it in ink, stamped it into her record, spoke it aloud in the hall of allocation, non-viable asset, insufficient, combat value, minimal survival rating. Lyra. Cade stood alone at the center platform, thin, quiet, human, around. Her sat the coalition of sentient worlds, scaled admirals, feathered strategists, silicon-based minds glowing with data streams. They had tested her for 3 cycles. Strength, speed, reflex, aggression. She failed. Every category that mattered to them. Her muscles were average, her reaction time unremarkable, her threat posture non-existent. Worst of all, she showed empathy toward predators. That sealed her fate. The lead assessor clicked his mandibles. Human Lyra Cade is hereby reassigned. The room went quiet. Exile placement. World designation. Verix 9. A murmur spread through the chamber. Verix 9 was a no settlements, no rescue routes, no return protocols. It was where failed experiments ended. Lyra did not scream. She did not beg. She bowed her head. Yes, sir. The guards escorted her out. No one met her eyes. They told themselves it was necessary. They told themselves she would not last a week. They were wrong. Verix 9 was alive in the wrong way. The sky was bruised purple. The air tasted metallic. The ground pulsed with heat. Everything moved. Predators with too many legs hunted beneath the soil. Winged shadows circled above. The forests whispered with teeth. The coalition shuttle dropped her with minimal supplies. 1 pack. 1 blade. 1 beacon that only recorded. No extraction as the shuttle left the atmosphere. Lyra stood still. She breathed. Then she knelt. She pressed her palm into the dirt. Okay, she said softly. Let us begin. She did not run. She observed. She watched the wind patterns. She studied the spur marks. She listened to the rhythm of the world. Humans evolved that way. By noticing, that night something stalked her camp, heavy, low, breathing like a furnace. Lyra sat by a small heat fire. No flames, just warmth. She did not raise her blade. When the creature emerged, it was massive. 6-limbed, armored eyes, like molten amber. A Verixian Apex Hunter. Coalition. Files listed them as unkillable. It stopped 10 meters away. It watched her. Lyra slowly reached into her pack. She pulled out a ration bar. She snapped it in half. She rolled 1 piece across the ground. The beast sniffed. It did not attack. It ate, then it sat. Lyra exhaled. That was the first night. Days passed. Lyra learned which sounds meant death, which meant warning, which meant curiosity. She never chased, never threatened, never wasted energy. She built shelters where predators could see her. Not hidden, not exposed, neutral. She cleaned wounds when she found injured creatures, using fabric, using water, using patience. The first time she did it, she expected to die. Instead, the beast let her. Work. When she finished, it did not leave. It stayed. Nearby, other redditors noticed. They watched from a distance. Then closer still. Lyra never tried to own them. She shared space that mattered. 3 months later, the coalition probe arrived. It was meant to confirm her death. Instead, its sensors froze. The feed showed Lyra standing calmly beside her shelter. Around her stood monsters, apex hunters, night renders, burrowing colossi creatures that had wiped out entire expedition teams. They stood, still alert, watching the sky, protecting her. The probe operator whispered, "That is not possible." They sent more probes. The image stayed the same. Lyra moved freely among them. She slept while they watched. She walked while they parted paths for her. She was alive, thriving. The coalition panicked. They argued. They blamed. They denied. She must be controlling them. No technology detected, then she is a threat. A retrieval fleet was dispatched. Warships, drones, containment fields. They descended on Verix 9 with weapons armed. The predators felt it first. They roared. They gathered. They prepared to fight. Lyra stepped forward. She raised her hands. "No," she said. The beasts paused. She looked to the sky. "Please, do not." The first ship fired a warning shot. The ground shook. That was a mistake. The predators surged. Not at Lyra, at the ship's claws, struck holes. Acid ate armor. Mass crushed steel. The fleet reeled. They had never planned for resistance. From the planet itself, then Lyra screamed, "Stop." Her voice cut through chaos. She stood between sky and ground. The predators halted. Ships held fire. Silence fell. The coalition commander opened a channel. "Human Lyra Cade, stand down. You are to be taken into custody." She laughed, not loudly, not cruelly, just tired. "You cast me out. You left me here to die. And now you are afraid." She gestured behind her. "These are my neighbors." The predators rumbled in agreement. "I did not conquer them. I listened. I respected them." The commander swallowed. "You were deemed useless," Lyra smiled. "You measured the wrong things." Negotiations followed, not on coalition terms. On hers, she would return. Only if Verix 9 was declared a protected world. No exploitation, no hunting, no experiments. The predators would be left alone. The coalition agreed. They had no choice. When Lyra returned to the hall of allocation, the chamber was full. They watched her walk to the platform. No guards this time. Behind her on the holo display were images of Verix 9, alive, balanced, peaceful. The lead assessor could not meet her eyes. "Survived, yes." "You succeeded, yes." They hesitated. "What are you?" Lyra considered the question. "I am human." She turned to leave, but before she reached the exit, the alarms sounded. An unknown signal appeared on the sensors. Massive, hostile, an interstellar devourer fleet. The coalition began to panic. They turned to Lyra. She sighed. "I warned you." She tapped her wrist. Signal pulsed across space. On Verix 9, the predators lifted their heads. They roared, not in anger. In response, the deadliest beasts in the galaxy moved, not to destroy humanity, but to defend her. Because she had never been useless, she had been human. Asterisk.